And thus, into the blinding light we go again. And now we are emerging from it. As we hook up with Derek and take a look at the first of the 3 24-player raid dungeons for Endwalker. It's definitely going to be shocking around here. And as the shocking goes up, my entire crew arrives on the scene. As we take a look at this place in the heavens. A whole bunch of floating islands and structures known as Aglaia. And yeah, someone is expecting us. But I will say though, what you're gonna see here tonight was what I was not expecting to see. If you were playing on, because pretty much everyone knew what the Myths of the Realm raids were gonna be about doing. I'm sure if you had anything like a March Madness style bracket, you would have undoubtedly had a situation where you probably would have thought, oh, I know what's gonna happen, and only to realize that you were proven wrong. Yeah, I want to bring these down here.
So, you are resolved to face me.
Yeah, let's go catch up. Someone is urging their battle cry. I can correct this as I get out of the dungeon here tonight. But yeah, I prefer this information at the bottom of the screen, but yeah, we better make a break for it. The fighting has already started. So pass by Derek and jump into battle number 1 against the first member of the 12, Virago, who, as you can see, is going to greet us with a massive shockwave. Yeah, it's one of those that's similar to fighting Sephiroth in the Warring Triad. And no, I will not bend the knee to you. I have principles, I have standards. Besides, Rika's already chosen her devotion and it's not to you. Okay, we see another massive shockwave. That one's weirdly placed. But as you can see, if you're staying on the wrong side of it, you're gonna suffer a lot worse. Yeah, Virgo bills himself as the builder. And he's gonna look to build himself a victory by cutting the field down, among other things. This is one of his favorite little tricks. Something that he also likes to do is take the opportunity to swing his massive mallets in such a way that, yeah, if you notice, they're shaking on screen, and now they're about to be used to alter the platform. So you have to watch the surroundings, as it were, to see what's going to get hit and where it's going to get hit to. So I already have gone through here with Corinne and Mathia. They've already done this. So we should expect a further knock to shift the platform. And then, a little thing that Virgo likes to trick people with, that I know is coming next, is this move. Now, we're gonna all run over here. Now you're gonna think this is not safe to do this. But it is. And then you gotta shift out of the AoE, but I somehow got hit. I thought I was fine, but they say no. And now he'll put the platform back to normal. Yeah, that's just part of the tricks that Virago here has in store. Oh, here's another shocker. I see people going this way. Well, it doesn't matter which way you stand, just as long as you're not getting blasted with any follow-up moves. And let it fly. be careful because we see a few Virago clones on this side. And it is staggered, so we can get around that. Keep in mind, those are massive shockwaves. Those are massive AoEs. Stay clear of the tank busters because new feature here. Not only does one tank get a tank buster on them in these raids, they all get the tank buster. All three of them. So it's not just one tank you have to dodge in a place like this. You gotta dodge all of them. Trying to figure out which is the best move here. Seems they know where to go. And the swing hasn't happened yet, but it has now. Yeah, load up. Whoa! Hard to tell which way they want to be standing. Seems like these guys might have an idea. Err on the side of caution, perhaps? Indeed. Because, yeah, if the platform gets moved in such a way, you can fall off. Oh, crap! Gonna run over this way now. And then everyone's shifting this way. Oh, but it's because that happened. But, not bad. And then Virago slamming it down again. Yes, another one of those places, and another one of those battles. That places a high priority on spatial awareness. Okay, I think we're good enough where I can just let the limit break fly. Especially as Virago is about to do another big Sephiroth knockback again. Ooh! I felt that one. Oh, just held on! Just as Virago gets taken out. And there we go. First of the 12 is defeated. And our treasures are item level 590. I will have no issue playing for anything I see except for Dragoon gear because I'm already good in that regard.
The builder has been made to yield.
1 down, 11 to go.
Intriguing. Then the destroyer shall take your measure.
If you can believe it, Rolgar is next.
Provide my servant with some sport.
Oh, it's not just a bird anymore, it's an emissary that looks rather ugly and gruesome. What has he done to you, little birdie? Oh. I think if nothing else, my chances of getting knocked down and out are going to be better against the things that aren't the bosses, as opposed to the things that are. For no other reason than the fact that, oh, crap. Yeah, I see what I mean. Yeah, I picked the worst possible time to double back. I pressed the wrong button and that did me in. That was fine, but a bad button press got me good. I was a little worried about that, but yeah, I should have been worried about that. Yeah, these guys also love to do fancy little follow-ups with their moves. Like this. The stuff that these guys will bring is gonna be blowing your mind. Let's see if we can load up a little. Also, I know a button I pressed. Can't argue with me otherwise. Okay, we got the emissary almost down here. We'll save the battle Lindy for when we move on to our next destination. Because we're pretty much right at the end here, and there we go. Let's move on. Yeah, given that Rhalgar, the god of quote-unquote destruction, comes second in this order, is really surprising. I was expecting we were going to be crossing paths with him in terms of the order of all the members of the 12 a lot later. And the fight has already started. Go! Upon this ground you shall crawl, he claims. Let's do this. Rhalgar really wants a piece of us. And it starts by opening up these fancy little portals that we are going to have to eventually start running from. One, though, can give you stuck with a trick like that. Let's show what we can do. And we get out to deal with the shockwave now. So the best place to be is on his hand. More specifically, his fingers. Because we're already fighting on his hand, but we need to do that. Now, this is going to be pretty cocky, but you'll notice that if we aim ourselves just right, we'll stay on the finger. Of course, don't try and cut the corner, especially not in this situation. Oh, I got a piece, the one piece I was rolling for, the healing piece. Now here's where Mr. Rhalgar likes to be a little tricky with you. Oh, he hasn't reached that point yet. Yeah, I keep expecting it, but there's a particular move that he does quite a few times in this fight. But stay away from tank busters, stay away from all tank busters. Battle Lenny on me, everyone. In the meantime, we'll give it everything we got on this. Oh, where'd he go? There he is. Yeah. Here he's gonna do a trick move. You think the shockwave is gonna come here, and it's going to lay total waste. But surprise! Rhalgar, for whatever reason, decides to give us mercy and block the hole, and that's shockwaves spread out elsewhere, and if you're not paying attention, that's what will get you. When I did this yesterday with Mathia, that got me quite a few times. Yeah, Rhalgar is not only brawn, he's also brains too. He's not all about just being a fist. It's hard to tell where everyone's going, but it seems like the consensus is to go and watch him block the hole and let these shockwaves fall where they may. Take this, Rhalgar. Oh! Okay, he's got shockwaves about to roll down. Ah! Gotta watch out for that, though. Oh god! I was not kidding about every tank having a tank buster against them, even if they're not the main tank. Even if they're not the main tank, they still have to bear it. They still have to grin and bear it. Now this one, I believe, is not one we have to follow. Yeah, it's one that we don't have to follow, so we can run from this one. Oh, this one's gonna hurt. Oh, jeez, and look what I just collected. Whoa, that was awkward and unfortunate. Yeah, because we stood on the wrong side of things, and half of our party is dead, as well as all the healers in Group A. Yeah, methinks we are watching the rest of this fight from beyond. Because, yeah, good luck to the healers trying to A, find all of us, and B, res all of us, because some of us are still dying off. Well, that was unfortunate. Yeah, let's just sit back and enjoy the remainder of this fight, because there really wasn't much left to this. I'm pretty sure I showed off everything that I needed to show off. Because yeah, the one healer has to res the other healer first. He has to. So yeah, there's the trick move again. That's what it looks like from up close. Yeah, I did that with Corinne earlier today, and sadly guessed wrong on where to run to. Oh, I'm getting a res at the end! Alright. It's pretty much inconsequential at this point, but sure. Sure, I'll step in for a little extra hit or two. Here we go. But yeah, pretty much at that point you had already seen everything there was to see in that fight.
Come, mortal. Enter my realm, if you dare.
Now we're getting a challenge from somewhere else. We're going out of heaven and basically going into hell. And we seem to be celebrating the fact that we're in hell. As we arrive on the scene here. I mean, he didn't have to, but I'm glad that he did. Give me the consolation of getting one or two more final hits in on Rolgar. But yeah, it dawned on me that when I was trying to do what I was doing, I came to realize what I had done wrong. And because I had seen a light pop up as I was running by, I just barely glimpsed it. And I just thought it was a continuation of a move that he was doing. But no, it was a tell to which half of his hand he was going to do that one big AoE damage on. So it's something I'll have to be more astute for when I try this again another time. Oh. Yeah, guessed wrong. Oh, yeah. Oh! I was about to say, this is safety, but not quite. Which safe is... Well, we don't need to worry about which side to stand on, because one of the lines is now dead. Still gotta take refuge here, though. Look out. Finish you off with Fierce Poggle, Nastron, Stardiver, and a little of this as well. And we're away. Do need to roll for the loot though, because I cannot keep people waiting. So up the stairs we go, through this Arabian Nights style environment. And as we round the corner, we will forge onward and take on our next of the 12, Azuma, who, as I mentioned before, Mathia is aligned with. Yeah, it's weird for a Keeper of the Moon to be associated with the being of the sun, but because I wasn't aware of how the horoscopes worked at the time, I actually believed that each member of the 12 represented a month of the year. So since Azuma came in 9th, Azuma's order on the horoscope list was 9th, and since my birthday is in September, I just assumed that Azuma was representing the month that I was born. Having absolutely no idea what was going on. Of course, since it was 2014, since it was my first time, these are things I simply did not know. What I do know is that, as you can see, the multi-tank buster is still out there. Launch up with this. And she has a few more such AoE tricks up her sleeve, but it seems like everyone's running back here. They seem to know something that I don't. And everyone is running over here. It looks like well, it is safety. So I'll give this group credit where credit is due for keeping me safe. Now we see fancy fire encircling the field. And I'm gonna get caught out. Well, it doesn't help if no one else moves. Yeah, we all just stand there. How are we supposed to help each other? Watch out for the multi-tank buster. So a little bundle let me in the mix. Ow, that's gonna hurt. Still alive, though. Still alive, somehow. Not sure how, but I'll take it. Oh, that they're not. Okay. Now we have to find out where the lead tank is going to guide us, because these things are going to close in. Okay, it seems like the choice was made because it's not just the fact that the lines are going into play, but there's a secondary effect associated with this. Which is that! Which means I am dead, because the lead tank lured us to the wrong side. Lead tank lured us to the wrong side and killed off a slew of people! But now we have a little fancy mech that you've never seen before, I'm quite sure. What's going to happen is that you're going to see the arrows. They're not going to move right away, but they're going to indicate to you the order in which you should be moving to. So this is going to be a set of 3 knockbacks in a row. You have to position yourself in such a way to be ready for each move. Like that. Where are you, Azuma? Yeah, don't run off like that. Now we gotta dodge giant lasers of burning fire. Get away from them where impossible. Yeah, it's pretty nuts around here. But of course, what else would you expect from the 12? I'd like to think that, to a lesser extent, this is God of War. But I wouldn't put myself in that situation. Ow! Yeah, I made my move after the drop went down. We're good. I'm giving all of you a scare. Oh, I guess right. There we go. I was gonna get a guess right eventually. Ooh. Yeah, that was a big swath. As you can see, so many dead bodies means that's a big, long cleanup process, and our progress on Azuma has slowed way down. Seems like everyone's backing off.
Or something more.
Or no one seems to know. Okay, I'm gonna trust you guys. Oh, turns out you pointed the tank. You pointed the main tank in the correct direction. Now it just Yeah, someone's gonna die. You know, our lead tank busted some of our own. Okay, so we have this move again. Where are you going next? They seem to know where to go. They do know where to go. Yeah, there are people who are so uncertain. It's like, is this right or not? Because there's always that uncertainty when you're not yet familiar with a particular dungeon. Or a raid in this instance. Group A still trying to pick up the pieces. As the growing fire circles start to envelop the field again. Well, I am lucky I did not get hit. Well, seems like one of our DPS has pulled the limit break trigger. As Azuma tries to attempt a sublime sunset, which is basically a shockwave of AoE. Ah, tank buster! Tank buster! And jump back in. Down to the final 10%. Ooh, careful. It looks like we're standing correctly. We are. Oh, just got away! Just got away! You're gonna definitely flirt with disaster here. Oh! But in the end, everyone got back on their feet. L24 of us after that. One mess up, but we turned it around, and Azuma is down. And that's 3. As you can see, this is a 6th round raid dungeon, which means there's only one more round left. So who awaits us at the end?
I am Null, keeper of the realm of the living.
Oh, I know you. And meanwhile, on your backside.
Keeper of the realm of the dead.
Yeah, it turns out there are 2 people in one body. Null, the final boss of Aglaia. And he's got a lot of fire on his backside. Or in this case, they do. And he even comes with a fancy theme song. Welcome to the final boss area. So just wait for our tank and another healer, or we can just start now. That works too. I do have this convenient Wormrun thrust right and ready to go at the start. Yeah, this is gonna really mess up my frame rate while streaming. Alright, here's the situation. If you're familiar with the Kefka fights from the Omega raids, you'll know that sometimes it's safer to be in legitimate safety, and sometimes it's not. Everything you got. Yeah, this is one of those instances where it's better to be on the outside of things. Let that unload. We gotta watch out for this, and people gotta part ways so we can get to the stack mech. Unfortunately, it looks like the healer may have found themselves on the wrong side of that situation. Keep going for it. Okay, now there are going to be some people who have some chase mechs, similar to what we saw in the Puppet's Bunker in the Near raids, the Yorha Apocalypse raids. We want to try and not hopefully get hit by any of that, because those chase mechs are on a delay. Those particular chase mechs are deliberately put on delay to throw you off. Now we have to figure out which of these corners we have to stand in. Looks like these guys know where we need to be. Because yeah, some of these will move and some of them will not. Yeah, it looks similar to the... I was gonna say, it looks similar to the area where you're going in the absolute final boss of the Yorha Apocalypse raid, but yeah. Good luck to us recovering from this. So what's supposed to happen here is that these meteors are going to start falling. You have to run away from where they're going to land. And just keep running because he has quite a few waves of these falling down. Try and dodge as much as he possibly can. And hope that you survive. They do keep coming and they don't stop coming. I hear reses, but it's not for our group. Okay, now I'm starting to see the rest of our group getting res. I'm back in the fight. Okay, back in it. So there's going to be a certain sequence which we have to follow here. I have to wait for it to become clear. Oh, that was not clear. And I am going to get burned out. Everyone kept waiting and waiting. And by the time a move was made, almost all of Group A is dead, and so am I. Okay, note to self, don't take advice from Group A. Oh, Ronald, yeah. You seem to know where to go. I shall follow you. And hopefully this will allow me an opportunity to recover. Although there's not much of one. Yeah, it really gives you an idea of just how hard this fight is. One wrong move, and you are done. And both of our healers are dead. Well, good luck to us in the enrage phase. So what happens in the rage is that we'll each get a soul attached to one of these tethers. We have to go wherever our tether is because that's going to be the enemy that we have to fight. Similar to what you'll see, kind of what you'll see in the Cloud of Darkness fight, similar to what you'll see in the final boss fights against 9S. And now they're utilizing it again here. Meanwhile, I don't think anyone is aware of the fact that both of our healers are dead, which is not surprising because healers are dead in another group, and I highly doubt that a lot of us are going to survive this. Nope. Not that it would have mattered because that would have happened instead. Because once the enrage is over, he pulls one last trick to throw you off, and suffice it to say, if you don't do it right, you wipe even if you have all 24 people up and moving. Well, at least the healers are alive again. The healers in Group A are alive again. Nope. So here's Nulthal's primary mechanic. You have to make sure that the scales are balanced, and if they're not balanced, then you automatically fail. And right now, I need to run over here! Well, even though I made it, I'm not going to get a heal, so I will automatically die again. Because I was just res. Fortunately, I did get my weight over to keep those scales balanced. How it works is that the corpses of the soul vessels serve as the primary weight on each side, and so wherever they land, you have to use your party and the other two alliances to counterbalance and make sure that everything is balanced correctly. But yeah, there's no way I survived this. I miraculously survived because the healers are fast enough. I don't know how, but you will not hear me complaining. Away we go. How was I allowed to live? What's the correct answer? I don't think anyone has a clue. We're all running over here. And this time it was the correct answer. But you still gotta avoid tank busters! You still gotta avoid tank busters! Okay, Nullfall's pointing that way. Okay, this time I have a chase mech on me. So I will let this chase. Now I might as well turn it into overdrive, because I'm also going to be chased by someone else. Okay, it looks like it's been turned off. So that is coming on. You also may have noticed as well that by virtue of being balanced, we all got a strength buff. You notice the strength up icon is now up on all of us, so we're now starting to damage Nullthal a little quicker. Still gotta be mech savvy though. It's time for us to do more meteor dodging! I need to put a little spring in my step because this chase is getting crazy! Okay, he didn't do that as much. He was a little more compassionate this time round. Oh, get away from it! Get away from it! And with 15% to go, the limit break is being used. It's a good thing I don't have to carry you guys on limit break, but hey, you never know if we suddenly have something go horribly wrong and we could have used that for the healers. So I am always a little reluctant to pull the trigger on limit breaks like this until we're close to 5% or just underneath it. But it seems that Mr. Northfall has run out of tricks. Because he's really not doing much else other than this. Oh, he could still get us though. Everyone's running over here. Now everyone's running over there. Oh god. It was right. They got it right. And we will finish this fight on our feet. They got it right. We finished on our feet.
You have been found worthy.
What are you, Alexander now? No, he's not Alexander. He's Naldthal. Or in this case, they are Naldthal. And so this 2-in-1 is gone. And no, you were not seeing that wrong. That was a male Aura wearing a dress. And thus, victory is ours. The first of the 24-player raids is done. Of course, I can't play for the gear, but we'll try playing for everything else, including the wind-up Azuma. Which I did not get, but we'll see if we can get anything else. Not looking good for the Triple Triad. Oh, that's just 30. Yeah, that's a bunch of low rolls. That ain't gonna get it done. So, no victory gifts, but we can check this off the list. And I somehow got 3 commendations. I don't know how that happened, but I'll take them. So, after our victory, we're walking on out of there. And for... yeah, Kryl, Graha, you're too little too late. You're safe, thank goodness. I rushed in here as soon as I heard the tidings from Raha. Is this true? Beings claimed to be the 12 have appeared? Yeah, in fact, we actually fought 4 of them. And not in the sequence I thought. You defeated them all? Incredible! I had no doubt that you would succeed, but I am no less impressed for it. Thank you. It was a wild ride, though. Seldom have I felt such exhilaration, says Rolgar. Yeah, he's coming back. Apparently, he's not done. He may be out for a rematch. So they're all back now. Haven't had enough. Ready for round 2. Yeah, hey there, Birago. Why did you come first? I was expecting you later. So yeah, they're in front of us again. To think that the day would come when we would put on an act for men. I must say, Birago, you played the villain's role to perfection. I beg your pardon? Come now, Master. I merely did what was necessary to compel the mortals to confront us. Still, it pained me to speak to our beloved children so unkindly. So you say, Azuma, yet you seemed happy enough to fight them. Did you not forget the true purpose of the trial, I hope? Oh, you mean there was more? Well, I couldn't help but be excited. And do not tell me you felt differently. Consider yourselves fortunate, children. 'Tis rare indeed to see Norththal in such high spirits. What in the world is happening? Didn't you say you had defeated them? Yeah, we did, but they ran off. Did they manage to flee? Or perhaps were resummoned? Don't worry, I'll save you, Kryl. Put up your weapons. You have naught to fear from us. Even though we had to fight you? Rest assured, we are not summoned beings. We do not drain the land of ether, nor do we take men into our thrall. And it's like, really? As we look at each other, the two Mikote. But what are the gods who were summoned during the calamity? The ones Master Louis Swore called forth to protect the realm. That was not us, but a primal born of your fervent prayers for salvation. Really? Everything is a primal? Indeed, that the worst of the calamity was averted, and the realm restored in the aftermath, was a direct testament to the power of your hopes. So yeah. If you aren't primals, then what are you? Why do you truly intend to rule the world, or why choose to appear before us now? I think that's the answer we're all wanting to know. Yeah, what's with this so-called act? Just as men harbor hopes, so too do we gods. To realize our aspirations, 'tis essential that we do battle with you. Thus did I falsely claim that we sought to rule the world. So then what are you gonna do? 'Twas deceitful on conduct unworthy of a divinity, and I must apologize. Not only for that, but for using my power to do harm besides. Yeah, my face is like, I'm not convinced. These hopes of yours, won't you tell us what they are? That's for us to know, that's for them to know and us to find out. We cannot. If you wish to know the truth, you must discover it for yourselves. Does that explain the candles resting on the horns on top of your head? 'Tis not easy to move forward when there is seemingly no destination, but if you press on, you will eventually arrive at the answers you seek. Aye, you will understand why we hold our peace, and far more besides. You will learn the very truth of our existence. I'm sure we will. And in the meantime, go forth, mortals, and seek knowledge of us. And when the time is right, we shall meet again in this place. And meet some of your other contemporaries in the process. So, back to orb form for the four of them. And back into their quote-unquote gazebos. And away they go. So since I'm sure you guys are wondering what sequence I was expecting these four to appear in, here I'm gonna go over this to take the opportunity to do so, but what I was expecting for the first set of the four members of the 12 that we were gonna have to face in round 1 were going to be the four that were going to be primarily associated with the first two expansions. I was expecting that the order we would be fighting the 12 in would be in a relative order to how they are seen or experienced across the timeline of the expansions. So in A Realm Reborn, the 3 hub cities are represented by Null Thal, of course, who represents Zul'Dah. as well as Nafika, who represents Gridania, and Lim Lane, who represents Lim-Salaminsa. So, although I expected them in no particular order, the three of them, I was expecting them to be here, as well as the member of the 12 that is most commonly associated with Ishgard, which is featured in Heavensward, which was Halone, who I was expecting to be the final boss of this first raid. I was not expecting Rhalgard to appear until being the final boss in Raid 2. And as far as Birigo and Azuma, I did not have a particular order for either of them as of yet, before I started seeing this, but I was expecting them, all three of them, or both of them later down the line, along with Rhalgard. So that was my... If you were expecting the order to be Birigo, Rhalgard, Azuma, Nald, Thal, before you even set foot here, well, congratulations, you would have been a lot smarter than a lot of other people, and if you were doing a March Madness style bracket on the order in which the 12 were going to appear across this raid, chances are your bracket's pretty much been busted. But yeah, I had to get that all out of my system before we moved on, so let's speak with Kral to complete the quests once we actually target her. As if hearing about your battling the 12 weren't shocking enough to have them appear before my very eyes, suffice it to say it's been an interesting day. While much about them remains shrouded in mystery, at least they seem open to reason. In considering our next step, I should very much like to hear your detailed account of them. Right after I have a word with our client, that is. Please give me a moment to introduce myself, and then we can review the situation. By all means. But that'll happen after we take our 5,000 gil for completing the first raid of the Endwalker saga.